Alright, hello everyone. So I have this very cool tree farm that I built for the Soratech server. So this tree farm is built around a few of these carpet features, mainly this dispenserPlacesBlock one and moveableBlockEntities. First of all, for moveableBlockEntities, I didn't really do anything special. The only thing you need to worry about is just moving these hoppers down so they don't stick to this bottom slime here. But the dispenserPlacesBlock one is pretty interesting because you can make automatic tree farms by having a dispenser replant the sapling for you, so you don't need a player to do it. And so that's exactly what this dispenser does here. You can see it doesn't have bone meal, but these ones do. And this is also a universal tree farm because it can do all of the 5 small tree types. So these are the rates right here. Let's just go over them quickly. Actually, I didn't even mean for this, but I have them in ascending order here. So Acacia is the slowest at 18,000. Oak is 20,100. Birch is 24,200. Spruce is 26,200. And jungle is pretty much always going to be the fastest for these kinds of universal tree farms at 32,100. So to turn it on, you just need to select whichever one you want to do. I guess let's go in descending order this time. Starting with this, you just turn it on, and it will automatically start planting saplings and growing them and everything. And so this is a 12 game tick layout. That is, it can process trees every 12 game ticks. Normal trees, that is. The only one that's different is Acacia, which takes 23, but more like 24 game ticks. And yeah, kind of the biggest design challenge was getting this instant dropper line here. So the reason we just put like saplings inside of this dispenser is because we need some sort of way of choosing or controlling exactly which sapling to plant. So that's why we have this instant dropper line that goes all the way here that takes the saplings all the way from the storage and places them pretty much instantly, except there's always going to be one buffer item in here. I could have gotten rid of this buffer item if I used moveableBlockEntities to like push in this dropper here, because then the update order would be correct. It would take it from here instantly and plant it there, but I didn't want to have to rely on the moveableBlockEntities. So let's just try a different tree type now, just to show this one works. Let's try Spruce. Okay, you can see that one's going. I guess let's look at the blast chambers. So these TNT dupers I pretty much stole from Fallen Breath's dustless universal tree farm. But what I'm doing here with the blast chambers is splitting them into 2 block streams. That way it just kind of slows down how fast the logs get pushed out here, so we can wait a bit longer before dispensing the TNT. And I'm using a lot of the same logic that he used in his tree farm, so I'll link his tree farm in the description because it's a really good tree farm. Okay, let's try Birch. That works just fine. So there really isn't anything that changes for these first 3. We're just changing which sapling gets planted. Let's try oak now. So for oak, you have to wait a few seconds for the oak limiter to get pushed down, and then you can turn it on. This obviously just prevents those tall, awkward trees from growing. And additionally, what I do for the oak is I pull out this rail that just disables this top TNT duper from going, because the oak trees can grow up to a maximum of 6 blocks high, so there's really no point in having that one go in the oak mode, at least. Okay, and then for Acacia, this is the one that we need to change most of the timings for. So technically I think we can make this piston sequence go at 21 game ticks. Is like the fastest you can make this sequence go with Acacia, but I actually have it going in 23 game ticks. But because these dispensers are on a 4 game tick clock, the next time the dispensers goes at game tick 24, so it actually doesn't really matter that I wasted a few game ticks here for that, because we just missed the one at 20 game ticks. So let's turn that on. So you can kind of see how that works now. I think we just delayed this front piston by 3 game ticks, which gives time for this one to push in its block fully before that one extends, and then we delayed this one. We could have delayed it by 6, but I delayed it by 7, so that we don't need to worry about weird block event delay stuff at the front here. And then you also need to delay when it gets retracted back again, so we do that just by retracting this block, so the signal now travels this way, which adds a bit of delay there to retract it a bit later. Also, because Acacia can push out like 2 logs at once, I just disabled the T flip-flop here. The T flip-flop is what made it like push out blocks every 2 trees that grow. With Acacia, we need to do that every single time. And you can see this rail is pushed back in, so because we need this tinty duper going again at the top. Down here, most of this redstone dust is just for like changing modes and turning the farm on and off. This farm is mostly dustless. There's just a few spots where we have like a single signal strength dust change. One's at the top here, and one's at the bottom here. That's just to provide, oh wait, no, yeah, this one. That's just to provide the update to this piston. Would have been hard to update it otherwise. And this one right here. Yeah, I couldn't really think of many other blocks to trigger this preserver that don't stick to slime. I know that a bell could have worked here, but I really don't want to listen to the bell constantly ringing. So yeah. When we turn the farm off, there's actually like a small sequence of things that needs to happen, because there could potentially be a sapling left here if like you've ran out of bone meal and we want to get rid of that sapling, because when we switch tree types that could screw things up. So that's kind of what this stuff down here does. It's a little bit messy, but it's all needed. And also we need to get rid of the buffer item that would have been right here. You can see it's now gone. We do that pretty much just by triggering the dropper line again after everything's shut down, and then locking this dropper and intercepting the sapling inside the this hopper here, and those just go back into here, this sorter. This water stream thing, by the way, I saw, I think by command Leo, it cycles items exactly twice. They'll go around once they hit this kelp. I mean this sea pickles will have a slightly different hitbox than the honey. It will actually make it past this anvil and get destroyed. Yeah, that one I saw by command Leo, and this one is Samos the Sage's box unloader. I use this thing quite a bit. I really like it. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for this tree farm. I'm going to leave a world download in case anyone wants to check it out. I think it's pretty cool. I might make another tree farm similar to this one, because I kind of want to see how fast I can make another tree farm like this, but with 3 bone meal dispensers here. And there's a few other things that you could optimize with it, like in Birch and Oak mode. You actually don't need to give it these 2 air blocks of space on the other side, so you could make a faster tree farm basically. But I think this one's really cool anyway because it's automatic and everything. Okay, I forgot to mention that there's 2 hopper minecarts that you need for this thing to work. So first one's inside of this dirt to pick up items that fall there, and the second one is inside of this observer for items that fall on top of there. So to get those in place, if you just start out with this thing, with this setup right here, just put down a honey block there, align the minecart into it, break the rail, then you can push down an observer like that, and then the second one is going to be right here, and it's going to be slightly on top of there, so kind of the same thing. Push a rail into that honey, and then you're going to have to get down below here, destroy that glass block so you can take out this rail, and then back at the top you can put it back in, and then before you put in this other stuff here, put down this dust and change it into a dot, and then you can put down this stuff back in again. So those are back in place. Whoa. Last thing is that observer. Okay. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Goodbye.